and business legacy on purpose through mindset, branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team so they can make an amazing impact and income and positively affect their communities worldwide. Ensure that you are sharing this show, you're subscribing, and you also are leaving us a review so we can create more amazing content around those areas to help you level up to the next level and also bring amazing guest experts that can share their knowledge and expertise with you so that you can create amazing legacy. All right, welcome back, Legacy Builders. Welcome back to another show with the Life School Masterclass show. I'm so excited to be back with you with another amazing connection and guest expert, actually, that I'm very honored to have on our show, where I love our mission in healing the world. And, we really unite with that mission in being able to really help people live happy lives and fulfilled lives. At the end of the day, I think even through the vehicle of entrepreneurship, all of us want to be happy and we want to be loved and feel, felt and heard, and all those human needs that we're all after. So without further ado, I would love to say hi to Permelia Parham. Permelia, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you so much for sharing this amazing information around today's topic, which we decided to focus our conversation around how to release subconscious, those emotions that are maybe getting in the way of our growth or the results that maybe we want to see in our business. So let's dive right into today's topic. What are some of the things that we need to be aware around trapped emotions subconsciously?
Well, a really good way of being aware is that oftentimes we have these emotions. We might feel anger, or we might feel we're nervous or worry or helpless, or feel insecure. So what I want people to know is that these emotions actually are connected to and your glands. So you want to release these, what Dr. Bradley Nelson, who created the protocol, calls trapped emotions. You want them out of the subconscious because you don't want to be imbalancing and misaligning your organs and your glands. So some of the things that we came across when COVID hit was we felt rejected, or we felt sad, or we felt there was grief because all of a sudden we couldn't be doing the things that we had been able to do before. Well, interestingly enough, and the colon, but the lungs were one of the main organs that was affected by all of those emotions. And how many people do we know of who were having breathing issues because of COVID, and some of them ended up in the hospital and passed because they weren't breathing properly. So it's very, very important for us to identify what those emotions are, and then work with a practitioner like myself, them out of the subconscious, so that we can keep our organs as healthy as possible.
Yeah, thank you for stating that, because that it makes us problem aware, right? If we're experiencing any of these signs, it could be, any of this that you just mentioned. And a lot of the times you're busy, right? And you're not always paying attention, or you might not be mindful or present. And, you're feeling things, but you don't always know kind of what's the root cause of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. So just taking some of the time and kind of just articulating some of those red flags, I think gives me and people kind of, more of the awareness around, okay, so if I'm experiencing that, it could be a sign that this could be happening to me. So Permelia, with this specific modality, I know you use something called the body code.
Yes.
Can you give us more information around what that is and what are the benefits of using that?
Thank you. Yes, for sure. So I also want to say the body code is the modality that was Dr. Bradley Nelson. So people want more information, they can look up Dr. Bradley Nelson, or the emotion code, or the body code. And and everything that's going on in the body. So the emotion code is really just looking at a chart that Dr. Bradley Nelson created of 60 trapped emotions. But the body code is using that chart, but also looking at everything that's going on in the body. And so one of the things I want people to know is they're going to go, okay, how would I know that I had this trapped emotion of anxiety? And it could be imbalancing my spleen or my stomach. Well, because it's attached to a muscle. So all of our organs are attached to muscles in our bodies and energetically. So pain or some discomfort in your neck or your shoulders or your back, that could be telling you that there's an imbalance with that organ. And those emotions earlier could be, in fact, imbalancing that. So
Mm.
it's an amazing protocol because and we just find the emotion and release it. So we don't need to talk about it. We also can ask the subconscious. It's really a team effort. I call it a team effort. It's with the client subconscious, and myself as practitioner. And so we can ask, well, when did this emotion show up? And it could be that it was an accident or an incident, and the client could actually remember what that is, but they don't have to. So they don't have to relive any kind of trauma or experience that was a negative experience. So we just find the emotion and we just release it. Yeah.
Again, it's probably, is it a fast? What's the process look like? Is it a fast process? Like, how long does it take from kind of identifying the emotion and then releasing it?
Very fast. It's a very process. So I always ask my clients, okay, what do you want to work on today? Because it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be whatever they want to work on, what they feel that they would like to work and release these emotions. And I always ask that because then the subconscious is going to lead us where we need to go in the body code program. And it's a app that I have on my tablet. And so I'm doing a Zoom, like we're talking here on a Zoom or on both of us. I can also do this just over the phone, or if people give me permission, I can do it via distance. I just tap into their subconscious with their permission, obviously, and then do this issue is in their body. So interestingly enough, I had one of my clients had me do some work distance for her yesterday because she was having this ear issue. Now, when I actually connected with her subconscious and figured out it was to do with her vagus nerve, which, as you know, we don't all know, but it's the longest nerve in the body to everything that's in the body. So when I found the emotions that needed to be released for this nerve, it was just really very interesting to release these emotions and then have. Now, if you have an earache, you don't really think it's connected to a nerve, right? But it took me to her nervous system, and it took me to the vagus nerve. It also took me to another brain called the vestibular, and that also is connected to the ears. And she was having this issue with this ear issue, and it was actually traveling. The sensation, not a good sensation, was traveling all the way down her left arm to her, and she's left-handed, so she was not able to write or type, and for during the day she was really finding this difficult. So it's such an amazing protocol because then it our subconscious is very smart. It knows exactly everything about us, and it's not something, it's certain it's not part of our education system, it's certainly not part of our medical model, but it's very, very important for us to know how important the subconscious is. It holds all our memories, it holds all of our emotions. So we really want to be connected to the subconscious and then find out what's happening in our bodies physically.
Wow, this is amazing work. I mean, especially I was going to ask you around the sustainability of that. So once somebody releases a certain emotion, or in the case of the story you mentioned, do you have to go back to that? Does it show up somewhere else? Like, what is, I guess, the sustainability piece once somebody you help them release a certain emotion that's maybe getting in the way or blocking, or showing up physically, or even maybe in the results that they lack in their personal lives or in their businesses?
Well, that's just a great question, Elona. Thank you so much for asking. And I don't think I've finished your other question about how long it takes. So I'll finish up with that, and then I'll answer your other. So it can be 15. It can be. I usually book off an hour, but it could be 45 minutes. It could be up to, or it could be longer sometimes. Just depends on what the subconscious is saying that we need to continue to work on. So I always, as I say, book off an hour. But then we take it, the subconscious is really leading us where we need to go. Then to answer your other question about the sustainability, it can be easily rectified in one session. I do usually recommend at least a minimum of 3 sessions, and I have a package of 3 sessions and a package of 5 sessions, because I use the analogy of an onion. So, and this is a personal experience that I had when I started studying energy work. Oftentimes, we need to release those that are like the layers of an onion. So they're at the top of the layers. We need to release those to get to the actual emotions that need healing. And so that's why it might take more than one session. And I've got clients with for many years. We started off with package of 3 sessions, package of 5 sessions, and now we they book a package of 5 sessions, but we just do it monthly. So they call it their maintenance. It kind of keeps
Mm.
keeps whatever's happened to them in the month, because we all have emotion. There's so many things that are happening with us, both externally, in our own lives, and then what's out there in the world that can affect us emotionally. So yeah, it
Yeah,
but
this
people
is
will
so
see relief right
fascinating.
away. They will see relief right away. They may feel something in their body. Usually they feel lighter, or they have some tingling feelings, and that's all energy. That's what we're doing. We're moving the energy, the negative out of the physical body as well as out of the subconscious.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing work. And a lot of times, especially for entrepreneurs, we don't know why we're, working hard and not getting a specific result in a certain area. And it could be that we might be blocking a lot of our energy, and we might have a lot of subconscious beliefs or stories or unhealed trauma that
Yes.
might be blocking us. And we're over here on the outside trying to figure it out when the problem and the root cause could be, a lot of these different things that you talked about. That's fascinating work. And it seems like the process is so straightforward, obviously, for you. And the result is so immediate that, it just could be something that we're always maintain. And we always work on. Does that help with raising awareness and creativity? I'm assuming
Ab-
this is just a question based on me connecting some dots for, the level of the intuitive side that is needed as far as when we're building an authentic brand and we're bringing something new to the table, or we're adding value in a unique way based on our services. Does it help you with creativity, intuition, heightened awareness, all these things that most of my audience is really into?
Absolutely. We can work on, if there's a certain area that you're stuck in. There's actually a very interesting trapped emotion. It's called insecurity. And I always find that fascinating, because it's sort of it's this energy that rises up and then blocks that creative process. So as entrepreneurs, we definitely don't want to have our creative processes blocked. We definitely want to release that. And what's interesting is it may not just be, it's called creative insecurity. So right away you start to think, oh, well, people that are in the creative arts. but not, no, it can be relationships. It can be your health. It can be your, so I just always find that particular trapped emotion very, very interesting. And you're right, it's definitely can be blocking what we're trying to achieve as entrepreneurs, whether it's just building our business right from the beginning, being in the middle of the business and trying to build it to the next layer, or the next level, I should say, and or whether we are just wondering why it seems so hard as
Mhm.
entrepreneurs. We, most of us are working in our offices all by ourselves, right? So we don't always have a group of people that we can bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, because I love the analogy of the onion, right? When we person develop and we remove a lot of our, these things that hold us back, then we can be more creative, right? Because we all creatives at the end of the
Mhm.
day. So I love that you mentioned that could be, adding value to your life in your relationships, in your work, in your career, in your health, right? Because we problem solves and we have the answers honestly all inside of us, right?
We
So it's
do.
just a matter of
Yeah,
getting the right support to be able to peel all those layers of the onion so that we stay true to, and we learn to love ourselves, stay true to who we really are. And then obviously that's the magical place that most people kind of understand that they want to be in, so that they feel that alignment that we always talk about in all the different areas. Permelia, let's go back to your bigger vision. I think that's kind of what attracted me because I'm a sucker for vision and mission and the bigger purpose of why we're here and what are we here to do in the world. So with your Healing Institute, and I know your show that I was just on also, it's called Heal the World. I love that. I just love that whole mission to be able to heal the world and be able to heal ourselves first and then be able to give that back and help somebody else, maybe a couple of
absolutely.
steps behind the journey. And that's how we all hold each other's hands and rise and connect and be able to add value to one another as human beings. So what is the vision that you have behind the Healing Institute? What are some other components or some other resources that you have inside that they're beyond what we've talked about with just that modality of the body code?
Well, presently we have 10 practitioners representing six countries, and all of those holistic practitioners have modalities. Some not, they're all different. Everybody's different, different modalities. But the Healing Institute is a virtual global hub of those 10 practitioners. And my vision, of course, is to grow it much bigger. And though you and anyone can go to the website, and you can, there's a search bar that you could put you if you're having stress issues or anxiety issues or sleep issues. There's a search bar that you can type that in, and then the practitioners that work with those issues pop up, and so then you can check them out. You can look at their profiles in more detail. You can find out exactly, everyone has a complimentary consultation, and then you can have that with them, and then you can choose modalities that works best for you. Most of the practitioners have more than one modality, and so you want to have a conversation with them and find out what is it would work best with what you would need, what your needs are specifically. So yeah, so we're
Mhm.
my vision is to grow it to 12 plus countries, 200 plus practitioners, and we really want to make an impact. We want to make an impact on health, and holistic health in the world. And so we're really passionate about educating people about how to be well and how to. That's why I called it an institute. A lot of times it gets confusing, I know, because people think an institute's a school. But for the institute, we're educating people about the holistic ways that they can be well and stay well. And I'm in Canada, you're in the United States. Our medical models are broken, not just in Canada and the United States, but also throughout the world. People I talk to in UK, people I talk to in South Africa, people I talk to in Europe and Australia. Uh, our medical model we have grown up with doesn't work anymore. And what I love about the Healing Institute and the practitioners that are there is that getting to the root cause. What is causing this physical ailment? What is causing this mental anguish? What is causing, emotional strife that people have? Let's get to the root cause. So let's not be just dealing with the symptoms, which is what our medical model has these years, just dealt with the symptoms. And now we're learning more and more about medications that have been offered for the symptoms are having an even worse side effects on people's health. And
Yeah.
the new science is out there. I love science, so I'm always looking at the new science. And you wonder why all of a sudden in the last maybe 5-10 years there's been such a increase in mental illness and in Alzheimer's and it and now the new science that directly related to the food we've been eating. So 20 years ago we didn't think what we ingested would actually had a impact on our brains and how they work. But now the science is coming out saying yes. So we've been not eating properly for decades. Fast food was really easy and quick. And I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
I didn't even have real rice left home. All we had was minute rice. I didn't like it because I didn't think it tasted very good. And then I finally had a serving of real rice, and I'm like, wow, this has actually got flavor. So there was a lot of our upbringing was around fast food and easily made. And I don't mean just going out to a local fast food establishment, but I mean easily made at home. And so we have to look at that. That is just able to me. It makes sense. It makes sense as to why now we are having all of these issues with people with Alzheimer's and dementia, and why the population has increased because we haven't been feeding the inside of our bodies.
Yeah, and even cancer. Yeah, thank you so much for touching upon that because, yeah, these are just the side effects, and most of us don't understand why. But getting to the root cause, as you said, it seems to be the work that you do, and it also seems to be the focus and the vision with what you have with the Healing Institute. But that's absolutely what we need more of to get to the root causes and then make conscious choices around the things we eat, the things that we feed our mind with, the things that we spiritually feed our soul with, right? All these different ways to stay healthy. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for doing this amazing work out there in the world, and thank you for also sharing what you just did with our audience today. I really think it's an important mission, and I always say that health is our wealth.
It
Without our
totally
health,
is. Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
we can't do anything else. So it is such an important area, and thank you for your contribution in this space and for coming on our show today. I am very, very grateful for you to have been here.
Well, thank you, Elona. I light and a privilege, and another opportunity to hang out with you.
Likewise, always Permelia, and definitely go check out Permelia's website, as it seems like it's so easy, user friendly, and easily navigatable. As far as if you're experiencing a certain pain point, you'll be able to find support there. So again, thank you, Permelia, for everything that you did and shared with us today that you do out there in the world, and thank you for always watching and supporting the show. Don't forget to share it with other people that you really feel need to hear this message, and subscribe to the show so you don't miss any episodes. Thanks so much and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Want to further invite you to explore the legacy products that I have created in order to help you build a legacy company and align your purpose with profit so that you can do more good in the world. I would invite you to check out my latest book, Visionary Purpose Driven Leadership, where you will find principles, tried and true principles on how to become a visionary purpose driven leader in your company and in your personal life so that you can align your purpose with profit, do more good in the world, but of course, create amazing impact and leave a lasting legacy for your company, your family, and for all your loved ones. The second book that I have created is called Purpose Driven Entrepreneurship. And in this book, I have included the fundamental pillars to growing a legacy company, which is your branding, marketing, sales, systems, and teams. When you read the book, you'll connect all the dots between all those fundamental pillars while getting a lot of clarity around where is it that you are in your business growth journey, and what are those gaps that you might be experiencing in scaling your company. So that is the second book that I suggest for you to add to your reading list. My first book is actually Connecting the Dots Backwards, and this is to really help you align your personal and professional purpose so that you can, again, do more good in the world and clarifying your life vision so that you can get that clarity that you need around your values, your vision, and your mission so that you can start building something that means something to you, but also, more importantly, is contributing to society as a whole. So that's my first book. And then for those of you that are high achievers, high performance leaders, and are always looking to optimize your time and increase your efficiency and your productivity, you must grab the Focus on Purpose Planner, which I use daily within the framework that I have created over my 20-year experience in managing a very high level business, but also, more importantly, in really instilling the discipline that you need so that you can execute on the most important priorities in your life and business with no overwhelm and with very high intentionality. And then lastly, I would like to introduce you to our magazine, the Purpose Driven Entrepreneur magazine, where we bring amazing purpose driven entrepreneurs and CEOs, and they get to share their legacy, their life's work with you, while of course adding tons of value to you with lots of great information and methodologies that will help you, again, align your purpose with profit, and also, most importantly, walk away with implementable strategies so that you can always evolve, learn, grow, expand. And the more you expand, the more, of course, you get to do beautiful magic out there in the world. To be able to find all my books, you check out the website that I've hosted, or I have included, I guess, all these legacy products inside, which is right underneath the screen, elonaleparrycoaching.com/Elona's books.html. Add that last part, because otherwise it'll give you an error message. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Leave me a review and let me know the impact that these books have created for you personally and professionally. Thank you so much, and I'll see you with another episode.